in a rack each, and we'll go.
Robert Erdl and Fang Lee, table 8.
Oh. All right, welcome back, everybody. We got our Jesters match for you today. We got our challenger, Mike Belanger, facing off against our reigning champ 6 weeks in a row, Steve Lange, and we are playing 8-ball race to 7 at the Mad Apple Burgers and Billiard Company, located on West College Avenue in Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm Patrick Glenn, and with me, as always, Mr. Kyle Drake.
Yo, yo, yo. Happy Sunday, guys.
All right, so it looks like Steve won the lag, so he will be breaking. And we got our cool camera. Chris G's got that portable camera, so we might get to test that out. Like, we got to find a signal. I'll like point to him and be like, hey, go over to the pool table with it.
Right.
Because it changes colors. So, like, if I got it on the transition screen, his camera will go to blue.
He'll know.
He'll know, like, hey, he wants to go.
Yeah.
And then if it goes to green, he'll know that we're live on his screen.
Right.
Which,
I thought it was green and red.
It could be. I don't know. I'm just making colors up, but I appreciate you fixing it.
just
I
so
just,
you don't get freaked out if you ever have to use it. Like, why is it turning blue? Why is it red?
I'll forget every time anyway. I don't even pay attention. Oh no, we got to get to the break side here.
All right, so we got Steve winning the lag. He's gonna hit the first break. Played a head on. He didn't play much power into that. Let's see what he came up with here.
Yeah, looks like they all kind of stuck at the top portion of the table.
And look at how well the stripes split up, and the solids just kind of stay in that area right there.
Yeah, you gotta like the stripes here.
No doubt.
Probably start with that 14 ball. Maybe go to the 10.
Yeah, you're a little straight on the 13 to like to start with the 13, so I definitely agree.
Yeah, and even if you do pull back, you're really close to your work. I mean, you could try to go off the rail and around, but I don't like that either.
He's just going to do exactly what you said and roll up for the 10 here.
Yep. Randy's in the house. What's up, Randy? Just shot with him up in the Burnham Wood area. That was pretty cool. And I'll probably be up there again next week, possibly. Randy, I'll hit you up. Let you know if I do make it into town. Paper, what's going on? Pete Beshta. Where's Pete? Pete and Tanya, I haven't seen up here in a while.
I was going to say this shot here is actually kind of a little bit tricky, right? He's probably drawn for the 9 in the side and kind of tripled himself up with the 15, 12, 13. So he's got to back cut this 9, I feel like. Just kind of let your cue ball fly into traffic.
Yeah, I mean, in back cutting the 9 is your only chance of not rearranging the furniture. He might be able to get in between the 6 and 8, but I think you're right. He's going to be messing up the table here.
Yeah, no doubt. And here we go. He's going to let it fly.
Almost got him between the 6.
Yeah, and to be fair, he hit it really clean. Hit it real clean. Caught the outside point of that pocket when you're back cutting. Pretty tough to do. A lot of times you cut that one a little thick. Catch it thick and not thin, so...
Yeah, and stripes are in a sticky situation. I mean, the 4, 5, 6 in that order are all a little rough because stripes owns that pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great starter. Look at this. Yeah, he can open up that pocket now if he wants for the 6 at least, right? And then you got to kind of pick them off in order, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah, he's got to play it off the 13 there.
No doubt. And then probably draw back for the 7.
But that's missable. Oh, he played it clean. It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt more than help. I don't even know if he has a look at this one ball. Yes, he does. Okay, so this kind of gets him back into position if he can get a good angle on the 7.
Oh, God.
No, this is gonna work out really nice.
Yeah, that is going to open it up a little bit here.
Yeah, and now it looks like the 4 is going to pass the 9 into the side. So that actually is a really fortunate shot. He didn't necessarily plan that, I don't think. He might have been trying to come into those balls a little bit, but it worked out probably better than he thought.
It's getting tougher here.
Yeah, I think you got to bank the 5 here because the 4 will pass the 9 in the side. Bank the 5. If you get shape on that 4, you should be okay. At a decent looking run. It looks like that 8 just might. That was a great shot. And he's dead on this 4 ball.
Stop and bank the 7, I would think.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it really depends.
You could draw. You could draw and play.
Right. I was going to say you can also go forward. See, now he's got the 7 in this top right, and he can run into the 9.
Yeah, I think you're coming away from the 8, though. And possibly scratching, unless you put some English on the ball.
Yeah, I would say a touch of inside here and trying to run into the 9.
I still like banking it. He's cutting it, though. Yeah, let's see. So Randy's saying that he played Mike last year in a Jester's match, and if Randy would have won last week, it would have been a rematch from last year. That would have been kind of cool. Randy, who won that one? Was it you or Mike? I know if I look it up, I could find out, but It's
Oh,
just
was it
easier to
like
ask.
was it on the stream?
Yeah, they played on the stream.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Those are probably really fun when you get to play somebody again on the stream
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen too often on the Jesters.
or
it does
the
on
Knights, huh? Because
yeah,
it's such a big list.
big list. We see it on the Kings and Queens quite a bit, but yeah, not so much. Not too many rematches here on Jesters and Knights. I have seen them though.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to feel like they come up every so often at least. I mean, like you said, we have a big list, but you run into those people every so often.
Randy says Mike won last year, so brings up the question: who are you going for, Randy, Mike or Steve?
Nice stroke there from Steve. Should allow this little bit of a 2-rail. I think I like going 2 rails here. When I hit this one short, I don't like it as much as when I come up a little long.
Yeah, the 2 rails here is kind of a speed test. Like, how's your control? And it looks like it's pretty good.
Yeah, he didn't make it to the second rail, and that's kind of why, because a lot of the times if you don't make it to the second rail, either you're really, really short and you got to kind of worry about a side pocket scratch, or you're on the rail like this and it adds so much pressure. So, like, when I'm aiming for that second rail, I come off of it a little better. But he hit it good.
All right, so our champ takes down the first rack, making it 1-0.
Yeah, I think that's actually probably a really big part of the game as far as position play when you get into a little more of an advanced level, is knowing whether the 1 rail or the 2 rail is better. And I know the higher your skill level gets, the more you kind of get a good feel for whether or not you can go 1 rail and end up pretty good, or whether you like to use the second rail there. And that's kind of a preference thing, and a lot of the times it takes a lot of real fine tuning with your stroke and your touch to really dial in those kinds of halfway shots with the speed. And he handled it well, right? He ended up on the rail. Obviously, you don't want to do that, but it was a nice out. He looked nice and controlled. I think he had that 1 miss, so good start for Steve. Mike's gonna have his hands full. And that last break, he didn't put much power into it. Let's see how he hits this one. I think he'll probably juice this one up a little more. Yeah, he definitely did and lost the cue ball. Got kicked around a little bit.
So I'm in the middle of liking and sharing to all our major pool groups. If you guys want to share on your personal page, helps out our junior program. We'd appreciate it. Give us a little thumbs up.
All right, so this is going to be ball in hand for Mike. This is what he's asking for. I think he likes the solids, but I think I like the stripes just because of where the 4 ball is. If I like the solids, I feel like I would have to start with the 4. But we'll see how he gets to this 4 ball. Play for the 5 in the corner here. There you go. And now sees a little off angle to roll forward for the 4. So if he wants to shoot the 4 next, he's got to try to kill his cue ball close to where it's going to be making contact here with the 5.
Wonder if it goes past the 9 in the side. Probably not.
No way.
Let's take a look at the overhead. The overhead says maybe. Kind of hard to tell.
I'm going to stick with my gut here and say no.
I'm going to stick
Patrick,
with always in the side.
It always goes in the side. It always.
Even when it doesn't go, I'll still say, or even shoot it.
Yeah, you just got to.
Just go with it.
Well, if it does, then he should play forward, I think. I don't know. He might have enough angle here.
If he'd really,
He
I
looks
think,
real
have to slam it off that rail to get it over for the 4.
He looks real straight here.
Yeah, I think he's going to go forward here.
And 2 rails probably.
2 rails, 4 on the side.
You're almost like going into
Oh
him.
my God, he's going
See,
into
he's
it.
going into him.
Well, he definitely got there.
Yeah, but if you notice that, I think they're touching. I think they're touching because it's one of those where like bounced off the 9, clipped the 4, and then they marry back up.
Yeah.
It looked like a little bit of that action, so I think they're touching.
Sharon Drake, happy Sunday to you as well. Kyle's mom in the house.
Hey, Mom.
Wish my mom would watch.
Yep. My mom, she likes pool. She likes to listen to me, so it's probably like a win-win for her.
My mom's got her grandbaby at the house all the time, every weekend. My little nephew Mikey, he's 2 years old, so he's over there every Saturday and Sunday.
Yep. Handful.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
there you see, Mike wasn't able to get that out.
I like the 15 ball here.
I don't mind a safety right here.
Oh yeah, safety works. Yeah, what am I thinking here? Yeah, probably just play the 11, get it off that rail. No reason to go splitting up all that work right now.
Yeah, and the 8 ball cuts off a lot of good angles if you can control the cue ball pretty well.
I mean, he could go for the out here if you're feeling confident.
Like you gotta. There's no point. Yeah, I think that's a little overzealous trying to. And he put that 11 ball in a great spot too. So see, now there's not an easy 1 rail kick to make this 4 ball, and there's really not an easy 2 rail kick.
There's not an easy anything here.
Well, the easy shot here is on the left side of the 14, right?
I think
It's 2 rails behind. You can go 2 rails behind this 4 ball either way, but you have to maneuver the cue ball a little bit, right? You're putting a little bit of low, it looks like, either way.
You're saying 2 rails around that 14?
Correct.
Yeah. That's the only thing I see.
That's the easy way, but see, you can go this way too. He's going to have to hit it with some low, though, or I think he's going to clip the 8. Like, real close. Yeah, so you need to get real close to that side pocket right there. And a lot of it left inside, yeah. Running English.
I like starting with this 15 and just playing a stop shot and calling safe again, even if you want. I mean, you can definitely run this out. You know, there's no reason to do that. But if you're not feeling confident, you know, just pick them off one at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those 1 ball hell situations that we see players fall into.
And the reason I like it is because if he does play this 15, locks it on the 9, he's probably getting ball in hand again. And your second shot, if you can have ball in hand, why not?
Well, the lockup is not necessary. Like, you feel like he's going to have some kind of kick at the 4, which is the only reason I don't like playing safety. Now, if I'm starting with the 15, I do like that. And seeing what you get after, right? I wouldn't necessarily call a safety off the 15 because you can still maybe make the 11 after that and call safety, right? But if they split up nicely, then you have an out.
See what he's doing here.
I think he's going to play this 9 and just try to open up that 15 real wide. This was a great shot, yeah. So he went into the 12 instead, but really splitting those 3 balls up right there. Now everything has a pocket, so.
Yeah, and 11 is a really good out ball here to use.
This table looks real nice, though.
He's taking the 11 now. I mean, I like saving that for my last ball there.
We'll see where he decides to go, but after he hit that 9 ball, he's opened up the table really nicely, right? So now he has plenty of options.
This is almost like 3 stop shots in a row here almost. Well, stop, and then.
Like forward.
Yeah, see what you get on the 12 there. But
that's what he's looking at.
So quite a crowd here for the Sunday tournament. A little over 30 people in the house today.
33.
Is he going forward here? This could be trouble unless he gets good.
He's dead perfect.
Risky. Almost got behind the
It
8.
was very risky, but now he can shoot the 12 in the same pocket if he wants. He can really slow roll this ball and shoot the 12 up table. Lots of options here again, so it was very risky, but he ended up in a good spot. He tried to kill it.
Oh, no. I was going to give Mike another shot at it here, and very makeable cut shot here. The issue is you got to avoid the 14 here. Well, even if he does get it killed by the 14, he'd be okay, but...
See, this is what I was worried about. He was blocked on the 12 right there if that ball goes. And it was deceivingly tough to make that ball.
Yeah, and he's got to find a way to get below the 12 probably, because can't play the 8 in the upper right corner.
Yeah, we'll see. The 8 ball's fairly open, right? And the 12 being close to it.
Oh, wow.
He's going to end up okay, I think. No, he gave it away.
Hooked central.
Nah, he can see enough of this 4.
Yeah, I mean, you can bend it just the slightest bit if you need to. Come off the rail.
You can. He's got the rail first. I
Yeah.
think he can see enough of it to catch the outside of that 4 and make it 2. He can make it clean if he wants. He played the rail first for the 8 in the side. Good speed.
All right. See where your nerves at on this shot. I like the side shots. And Brija says, wow, terrible. Well, which shot? There's
There are a couple of misses that we don't see too often from these guys. But it's early. They're still trying to settle in a little bit. So expect those misses to probably be at a premium here later in the match.
Did you see these coffee cups we got?
Yes.
These are pretty cool.
I think you're holding mine.
Yeah. Did you know yours is bigger than ours?
Yeah.
I want the big one.
Well, I'm not going to say anything about that. But I do.
God.
Thank you, Kendall. Thank you. So this will be our first look at Mike's break. See if he can't get a good split here. We got a 485 and a 471, so both these guys kind of creeping up on 500. Which to me means if one of them catches a gear, we could see a little bit of a lopsided match. But most of the time, I feel like these kinds of matches are really close. Both players kind of got to grind. It looked dry to me.
Yeah, decent spread, though.
Really nice spread, really. I mean,
I like the stripes and the solids. They're both a horse apiece here, really.
if that 4 ball goes by the 13, I like the solids a lot. And I think it does. You just got to get really good on it.
I like the solids if that 6 goes. Well, it goes on the side, I think, either way.
Yeah,
So-
and you can get there from like the 1.
So, yeah, because of the 9 ball, I think you go with the solids here.
And he's going to start with this 5. And from this top view that we see here, it looks like that 4 does just squeak by that 13 in the top left. So I really like his decision here. Again, like you pointed out, that 6 ball is going to be his problem here.
Well, maybe the 4 as well. I think he's going to run into it. So that's open now.
That's nice. That's real nice. And he's good on the 2.
See a break and run. It's just that 6 ball is going to be key here. And I think as long as he gets on a good angle to the side.
Yeah, the 6 ball might have to be his out ball, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Like rolling forward through that 6 ball to the right hand side,
You
and then
almost,
taking a cut on the 8 in the top left.
yeah, you almost hate saving it for your out ball because you got to get. You only
Pretty
get one
good
chan-
on it,
you got
right?
one chance to get on it.
Yeah. But really, that looks like his plan here, right? He's holding for the 3 to get over for the 1. That was a great touch there. Beautiful touch. So he's really nice on this 3 to get good on the 1 to the 6. So, I mean, you can't hate the option
Well,
from
he
where he's sitting at now.
Could play the 1 and then run and bump to 6 here. And I think I like that even better.
I think he likes that too.
Yeah, because if you open the 6 up again, or open it up here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the
Now
shot.
does he have it? But he doesn't have a shot on the 3, so he'll be.
He's got the 3.
No, he doesn't. He's got to shoot the 6.
The 3's, you can make that shot.
He cannot. I'm looking down the line right now. The 6 ball's got him.
You just swerve around it.
He's got to swerve around it, right?
Yeah,
and that's what he's going to do, it looks like.
Yeah, I made a few of these shots yesterday. I got to show you the shot I pulled off. Oh, no. I got to show you the shot I made in the Scotch doubles yesterday. It was so crazy. I couldn't even believe it went in. I called it like, 1 in a million.
Yeah.
And then you get those it's like those golf shots, the ones that keep you coming back.
Absolutely.
Well, stripes are definitely wide open now.
Yep. You got to focus on your starter here, and I think the table's pretty open after that. You can really take a lot of pass after you make your first ball here.
A good stroke there. Those long straight shots can be a little difficult sometimes.
Yeah, his bridge looked a little awkward. He didn't look necessarily comfortable with that bridge and still got away with it.
Good job coming around there.
That was well controlled.
And these balls are just sitting really nice right now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's trouble. Did you see that 8 ball kind of creep off there? Did that 8 ball creep off enough to open up the 9? Does he have this 9 by the 3?
If it goes by the 3, he's got about a half a pocket.
Yeah, I think and if he gets this to go,
Well, he might have to cheat it off the rail if he can.
So he's gonna call this cross-side bank. But yeah, that 8 ball took a funny hop off of the point there.
Banked it long.
And see, I think he played that as a 2-way. He's taking care of the cue ball too, because if he fires that ball in, it goes, right? It shortens up the bank a little bit, but I think he wanted that cue ball kind of safe as well. What happens with that is a lot of the times you play a 2-way shot and you kind of end up in no man's land because you don't commit to one of those 2 strokes. And there he kind of ended up on the safety end of his 2-way shot with the stroke he put on that ball.
Gave that blind back cut a good look.
Yeah, I like his attempt there.
Well, nothing easy here.
Yep, 13 in the side, right?
Yeah, and that's not easy either.
I mean, it's just touchy. You
Yeah.
got to put a good slow roll stroke on the ball. You can get through this one a little bit, but I mean, obviously, the more speed on this ball you put, the tighter the pocket ends up.
That was a nice shot.
If the cue ball stays up, wow.
Wow. Yeah, like you said, slow rolling those shots, and I mean he actually did a little more than slow roll, which means he felt confident hitting that ball.
Right, as far as making it correct.
But yeah, slow rolling for some reason just gives you a better chance of not nippling it out.
Well, the thing with slow rolling it is when you're really trying to kill your cue ball off a slow roll, where it only gets a couple inches depending on how far your object ball is from the pocket, right? You're trying to just creep that ball in. So he, I think, felt a little less confident in that, because what happens is when you really try to slow roll that ball is the cue ball creeps off line.
That was a nice shot by Steve to get to the 8 there. He kind of had to really pound that off the rail.
Yeah, and he hit it good, dead center cue ball. But yeah, so when you really slow roll those balls, they tend to fall off line, just kind of like that. Just kind of like that, right? Like you would have liked to see that cue ball come off that rail and almost get closer to that spot.
Steve is rattling a few shots early on here. Not typical of his game throughout the last few weeks. So Mike might need to take advantage of this. You know, if Steve's going to miss like that.
Watch outside pocket. That's
wow. Got fortunate.
Wow. I would say he really got away with that one. But can he capitalize, right? Because now you're in a little bit funny, awkward spot with your bridge. Gets that one to go nicely. And now I'm pretty sure there's not a scratch here. You can just roll this ball in. He'll make this ball however he has to not scratch down here. Uh-oh. He flirted with it, huh?
He did.
He wanted to get close to it.
Wow.
But that's going to be 2-1 Mike.
So we almost started on time today. Only a few minutes late. Queen's match wrapped up almost right on time.
Yeah, a little bit of controversy in that match I saw. I wasn't sure exactly what happened, but...
Oh, yeah. Well, could have been the last rack. It wasn't. So score, they're playing race to 7. It was 6-3. All right. Race to 7. Now, Cheryl banks a 10 ball, but it goes in the wrong pocket.
Right, she kick banked it.
Well, yeah.
She called the kick, but she kick banked it, and I saw that.
Yeah.
And
then Connie went and picked up the 10 ball and started racking and scored.
You mean the cue ball, because the 10 ball was gone, right? Because normally in that situation, the 10 ball gets spotted up. You play the cue ball where it's at.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She picked up the cue ball and started the rack, and then they broke. And
Cheryl didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be, Connie takes the shot, 10 to get spotted, but because Connie picked up the cue ball, that's technically a foul.
Ball in hand with the 10 ball straight in, right? Yeah, the 10 ball gets spotted. It's ball in hand for Cheryl because she didn't concede.
Yeah, so, and because Cheryl didn't say anything and they broke, we just...
Right, yeah.
Cheryl did the right thing, I said, and they replayed the rack. And I was like, okay.
So how did that issue get brought up, though? Because they broke the next rack, and then they decided that something went wrong?
Well, I saw that Cheryl had a look of confusion on her face, like what is going on?
Right.
And I went over there, and I was like, hey, what happened? And even, I don't know. I just wanted to understand, or them to understand, like, what was going on.
Right, and I don't think really either of them, I guess, did at the moment.
Well, Cheryl did. She was kind of like, well, why is Connie breaking? And just didn't really say anything at the point. And that's kind of when I stepped in.
Yeah, okay. And that makes sense because my thought was if Cheryl was okay with it, then she was conceding at that point and saying you don't have to hit the 10 ball. But I was like,
yeah,
the 10 ball's kind of not 100% guaranteed, right? The cue ball doesn't move from where it was. It wasn't like she was giving ball in hand with the 10 ball on the spot. So I thought that was interesting, and then I saw that they end up replaying the rack, and Cheryl ended up winning it, right?
Yes. All right, so we got Steve working on solids. The 7 ball does go.
Yeah, we saw the break. Mike scratched on that break there.
He's going to have to play a really well-controlled shot here. I mean, you would love to get on the 3 ball here if you could, but I don't think it's going to happen.
It wasn't, but now he's got a nice angle on this 6, I think.
Yeah, I think you got to run into like the 9 here if you can. You got to push
Playing
through.
forward, you can really pound this ball with
Unless you can hold it for the like over on the side rail over there, but I don't know if you can do that.
That's what he did.
Yeah, but see now you're coming away from the. Well, we'll see. Maybe he can,
If he can see enough of this 3 ball to make it,
or the 5 and use the 15 as a stopper.
right?
You
The
know?
9's a stopper for
Yeah.
the 5, and the
Yeah.
if you can draw off of that 3, you'd have to really draw off that 3 for the 15. But running into the 5 isn't that bad here either. And that ball was able. Oh,
He got
he
it to
got
go.
it to go. And
And
this.
And has he got the
Shot.
3? Has he got
Yes,
a shot?
absolutely.
Wow.
What a shot.
Thin shot here coming up.
And I think you can avoid the 9 here. You got to watch this bottom right corner scratch, though, if you're really. Yeah, he hit it thick. And see, that cue ball wants to creep down here towards that bottom right corner. On a cut that thin, so he wasn't really going into the 9. But not a bad leave, right? You got to run the balls real nicely here because of the 3 ball.
Yeah, the toughest part of this rack is going to be the 9 and the 14.
The 9, yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree. So I like him taking the 15 early if he can.
Oh, he's going to have a little more.
Oh, this
help
could
up
end
there.
up funny, though. See? Yeah, that's no good.
Yep, he's going to have to deal with that problem.
Almost just like playing his safety now. Even though you really don't have a good one either, right?
I mean, they're all a gamble. I like going for the 13 here personally. Oh, man, he's just working himself into a hole here.
No, this is okay. He's got options, right? I like his decision to go there. He's got plenty of options now.
He's probably playing safe here.
Using the 9 as a blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he leave that window or no?
I don't think so.
Nope. He'll be able to hit the 3, but nothing makeable here.
Not makeable. Yeah. Unless you want to jump it, right? You can jump it.
It's a scary jump shot. You gotta come down on the 3.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going off the table.
Right. I definitely agree. And the only reason I like the jump shot is because the bridge is real nice off the rail. Your cue ball's not on the rail either, so you have a really comfortable jacked up bridge if you decide to go that route.
Yeah, it's a really controlled jump, though. I mean, you got to understand and know how to come down on a spot. You know, like he's got to come down on that 3. Oh, kick shot was there.
Now, yeah. See, there you go. You get the 8 ball tied up a little bit now, so I don't mind that. And the only question for Steve now is whether or not that 3 ball is bankable, or does it go in the side? If you can bank that 3 in the side, then you're actually in pretty good shape.
Yeah, if you're back banking it, I think you got a good chance. Almost dead even with the 3. You can bank that.
'Cause
Here's a chance to open up the 8. He's got to draw into the 3 here.
right into the 3.
Oh, he didn't do it.
He didn't take it. That's okay, though. That's because the thing about that is the 8 ball is bankable as well, so you don't have to open it up if you don't want to. So this is another, well, no, this is a straight back on the 15.
I like playing safe here. Have your opponent bust up that 3. Leave a piece of it unbankable. Get that cue ball to the bottom, kind of right side of the table, but maybe leave a piece of the 3 so your opponent busts it out for you.
Oh, I see. Trying to hook him on the 8.
Yep. But he's not doing that. See, now this is a bankable. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to hit, what is it? Was this 3 or 4? Did he bank the last ball too?
My memory's not that long. I mean, he'd have to bank out completely here.
Correct. So
Yeah.
that would be at least 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. at least 3 in a row. 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, and this 13 is not an easy bank. I honestly send that 13 over to the top right pocket, get that cue ball to the bottom right of the table. You know?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
See, he's calling. I wouldn't even call it.
He's playing aggressive. He's not.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So he kind of did play a two-way shot there.
And I like this because he does leave a piece of the 3, and it's not a makeable bank. So his opponent, if his opponent is smart here, he'd probably just make this 13 ball and draw into a position where Mike doesn't got a shot.
No, because you're giving up ball in hand if you make this 13.
Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot.
There's 2 prudent plays here. You can clip the 3 ball with inside and play a safety with those 2 balls, just thinning it, or you can soft kick at the back of the 3.
I like the safety here.
Both of those were safeties that I said. He didn't call that. No, okay, he didn't. But you don't leave much here either, right?
Yeah, this is tough.
I think I just try to force my opponent into banking the 8 here and clip the 13, run behind it. Run that cue ball up towards the spot.
Barry, our pool room manager, saying hi. People's champs, brother.
Yeah, see, I like that. So you're forcing your opponent to bank this ball. Well, he can then cut this ball too, you know. Either way, you're forcing the issue here.
You could also, if you feel really confident about your safety game, just tap the 8 and put the 8 in between you and the cue.
I think you gotta go.
Oh, we cut it. That's going to be a sellout shot right there.
Yeah. If I'm Mike, I'm just careful to overrun this ball and end up a little thin on the 8. He puts him outside. See what I'm saying? No, he's okay. He's short side, but
I don't know if he's okay.
yeah, he's fine. A makeable ball here.
Yeah, just really close though. These are funny, awkward shots.
Very makeable, though. Very makeable. He got it.
Oof.
He got it. These rails are still playing fairly slick.
Yeah, it's our 3rd week, I think, with the gray cloth.
3rd or 4th, yeah. But the difference being is that we haven't let anybody play on that table, in between, you know.
Yeah, they keep it covered up.
I haven't seen anybody playing league or practicing on it, so that's nice. And that keeps the table in absolutely the best condition it can be in. And so these rails are still a little bit slick because of that, and the pockets are a little more forgiving, which is why that 8 ball went. I guarantee you that 8 ball doesn't go on any of these outside tables, you know. I think he caught the rail 3 diamonds up.
Well, I got the replay on it. Take a look at it really quick.
Yeah, see? Well, 2.
Oh, 2 diamonds
2 diamonds up, but
yeah.
that doesn't go on an outside table. But we like when the tables play like that. Right? As long as the pockets are tight and the rails are slick, it's pretty fair. As long as you hit them good, they go in when you deserve them to go in. So Mike's got a 2-game lead here.
That was a bad transition. I had the freeze frame going.
Yeah, I jumped on you.
Yeah. You just got to wait because of the lag. It's kind of weird.
So I like the solids here because of where that 2 ball sits, right? The 2 ball's in a nice position. The 5 ball's in a nice position.
Yeah, solids all day here, I think. Yeah. I agree with you. You got a good starter shot. Okay, good.
Trickled it in.
Banked it in 3 rails.
And that was a dry. Is that 2 dry breaks in a row from Mike?
Yeah, I believe so. Oh, Xander's here today. Xander Rasmussen, Pork's kid. Good player.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was here too.
Yeah, Pork's here. I saw him.
I saw Xander. I saw the young gun.
All the young guns are here today.
Yeah,
What's that kid in the red hat's name again? I always forget his
Damon.
name. Damon, yeah. Really good young man.
Really, really fresh to the game for
Yeah.
how well he shoots. And it's so impressive with how well he shoots in the 6 or 8 months that he's been playing.
Yeah, at his age, if you were to watch his game and then try to guess how long he's been playing, you would probably say 5 or 6
A
years.
couple years at least.
At
Yeah.
least. There's no way someone picks up a stick and a few months later is playing at that level. At his age, especially.
Right.
Well,
Well, that's the thing actually. With kids, I think they pick the concepts up really quickly and
Oh,
they
they do.
learn the concepts if they're taught correctly.
yeah, their brain is a sponge.
Correct. So they a lot of the kids definitely understand the game, but they just don't understand how to control their stroke, which Damon already does know how to comprehend, right? Like he understands what kind of stroke he needs to put on the ball, and that's what he has picked up so well is the cue ball control and the stroke control. Like for me is just unbelievable.
So Steve just rattled that 2 ball, and I'm gonna tell you, before he took that shot, if you asked me, is he good to make this ball? It's got to be 99.999% that he makes that ball. So he's rattling some shots today that he has not been rattling the last few weeks.
Does that fall? Oh, I thought that one was gonna fall too, and that was real good shape. Doesn't sell out the 2 either, so he's got to hit the 5 or the 6 now, and he's not gonna hit the 5 and open the 11.
Well, this is a big rack for Steve. If Mike gets this rack with the momentum and kind of the way Steve has been rattling balls, if Mike gets this game, it's going to be really tough to come back and get him. See, again, it's another. It's a longer shot, but still very makeable from what I've seen Steve play the last few weeks.
Right. I think he's a little focused on the cue ball
Now, this shot right here,
control.
you'd see a lot of people shy away from this 10 in the side. I like the 10 in the side. It
So does
opens
he.
up the 11. It's not an easy shot, but I like it.
He hit it pretty sweet too. He can play this combo, right? That 13's hanging, so this rack is wide open. Or I think he can take the 9 if he wants to, but
The 9
in the side. Yeah.
He got
See,
enough of
it
that?
goes.
Okay, he did it. That's deceiving.
Yeah, it's one of those where the guy aims up and it's a lot closer, but he can see if that cue ball can fit.
See, I like rolling right up here to take that 11 next.
You got to take the 11 earlier than later, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah, and that would have been the time to go at it, right? Because now you got to get on it. Well, maybe he's using the 11 for his money ball. It's a good ball.
Then you got to
Actually.
use the 15 to get to the 11.
Yeah, so 14, 13, 15, 11, I think.
Yeah. That's the pattern. That's a nice rolling shot here. This one can get a little tricky with it being so deep. Right? And he's going to take
no.
the 15 next.
I don't like that.
Well, he's going to have to play like 2 rails here and avoid the side pocket, I think. Or draw it straight back, which is pretty
Yeah, now he's created work.
stroke testy.
It would have been really easy to go from the 13 to that, and then it's a really easy up to the 11.
I think this is low outside 2 rails. He's hitting it straight top.
Either
That's-
way, it's work. It's a lot of work.
This is a little funny now. Can he avoid coming into the backside of this too? Even the backside is okay, but you don't want to get stuck behind it.
Well, left him shooting over the 2, unless he goes at the 6, which is unlikely.
I think I like, if I can, playing the 4 here. Yeah, this is the shot because you at least clear the 7. You slow roll it, Yeah, or clear the 11 out of the pocket.
Yeah, that's a good choice there. I think you would have liked to get the 11 little. The 11
A
actually.
little further out,
Yeah, it's
right?
still blocking the 7.
Yeah.
You might want to consider cutting the 7 down because I don't know if you're going to get on it better than you are right now.
And I don't know if he's going to hook him here. That ball had to go.
Nope. Easy come around here. This is just middle ball and hold your speed. 8 in the side.
And cue ball's running into the 7, so you got to be careful with that too.
I don't know. Just put a little right on it. It's going to come right out.
Around the 7?
Around the
Okay, you
7.
can do that too, yeah.
Yeah. And even if it does hit the 7, just hit it harder. Oh, he hit it full, but yeah, he hit it too full.
Too full. I think he was trying to come around the 7 with no spin.
Yeah. And I mean, it would have, as full as he hit it, it still came around.
But that's
If
what
he
I'm
bit
saying. You catch that ball thinner, you're definitely going into the 7, I feel like.
No,
Right?
thinner, you go even more to the right.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
You come straight up and down the thinner the ball goes.
No. That would have pinged right off. So this is a big rack for Steve here. He needs it.
Yeah, and he should get this, right? He should get this. That was a big miss on the 11. If you make that 11, you got to feel like you're getting out.
Yeah, I really believe the pattern me and you discussed earlier was the way to go, and Mike just kind of picked the wrong order there at the end and created work for himself at the end.
Right.
So
With the 13, having
Yeah.
to get pretty good shape on the 11.
yeah, he just made it tough at the end for himself. And that would have been a huge 4-1 race to 7 is a big lead. Wow.
Well, that's one way to play it.
Yeah.
I think he tried to really hold that ball with inside, but caught it thin or thick, and it just killed the speed instead of killing the angle there, and overshot that ball a little bit. But he's gonna get away with it.
Yeah, something's going on, I think, mentally with Steve here. He's just not in his game.
Doesn't look quite as comfortable as we've seen him.
Yeah, you don't win 6 weeks in a row because of luck, right? You know, Steve's been playing great, and he has not brought his A game to the table today. He's gonna get another shot.
Again, he's gonna get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is
Yeah, that was a big one. I don't think Mike realized how big that 11 ball he just missed was, like in the match.
oh yeah, it's huge because if Steve gets back into his game, like right now it's 3-2, so it's anybody's
Right,
game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Steve, I would still think that Steve's the favorite right now. Granted, his past few weeks playing, as long as he gets into his game. But if Mike's up 4-1, that's a huge.
Then you always have pressure
yeah.
every time you come to the table as Steve.
So that was a
Absolutely.
huge game there for the match.
Yeah, I think he just got a little greedy with the 11 when it was hanging, just make the ball and take what you get with the 8. It's one of those things where it really is, in my head, is just a little bit greedy with the cue ball. Just take what you get most of the time. And that's a big thing that a lot of 450 to 500 players do. They try to get too perfect on their next shot. Start to rely on the talent that you've built and knowing that you can make a tough shot if you have to. And I'll tell you what, when you start to think about your run-outs and things like that and getting really good shape on balls that are missable like that, if you really take that away and say, I know I can make a difficult shot if I have to coming up, then you're prepared for that shot. What a great break, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna replay that break actually because he hit that good. Let's look at that break again. I mean, just watch the power go right through. I mean, just spreads them nice.
Yeah, And he finally put a little more power into that one, right? The last two, I thought he let
Yeah.
up a little bit. But back to that point I was making is that you got to have some confidence in your run out and your ability to make tough shots when you know you can't get shape for your next ball. You got to kind of know that you're gonna test yourself on the next one. And I think if Mike had done that with that 11, he would be up 4-1.
Yeah, and Randy was saying, yeah, Steve rattled a few balls last week. Also had a 1 week break, but everybody rattles a few throughout their match. But what we don't see a lot is Steve rattling quite a few
Like
balls.
3 balls a rack.
Yeah, like in the very beginning of the match. I mean, it's just not very characteristic of Steve here. I mean, yeah, definitely everybody rattles balls. I mean, but Steve just kind of, I think, started off on the wrong note. We'll see if he gets back into the game here. So he's got one problem to deal, maybe 2 problems to deal with.
So, do you play like the 11, 8, 14 here? That 8, 14 looks like it's touching though. So
It looks like it'd go. Honestly, that's the shot I'm looking at right now.
but the thing is that it's touching, then and you hit the left side of that 8 ball. The 14 also wants to go to the right.
Yeah, I think it might catch the nipple, but
Well, it's definitely aimed at the nipple, is what I'm saying. There's no doubt.
Yeah, but it's got a good chance to trickle in.
But if they're touching, it makes that shot much more difficult. You have to hit the right side of that 8 to get that 14 to go.
It's really hard
If you
to
hit that
tell.
8 dead on, I think you're okay. So you might have to play the 11-8 carom. Off the 11 into the 8 with the cue ball instead of the... Although I really like being able to play that 11. See, he actually got really nice on this.
You might just play the combo here.
You just float this combo in and the 11 trickles towards that top right. But you had to have that cue ball over here on that left rail. So he ended up really nice. This is a good opportunity. Big shot.
Oh, it didn't just go towards the pocket. It almost went in.
And it trickled straight into it almost.
I don't know if you can spin around.
And now this doesn't work out. Yeah, now you got to like soft kick at this almost. Or swerve in between the 2 and the 8.
I think, yeah.
This is a soft kick.
Kick between the 6 and the 8.
And you have to kick this ball really soft because how deep it is, you can scratch.
Yeah, there's no using the second rail here. You got to hit it almost dead.
Right, because it's so deep. And you have to. That's exactly why you have to soft kick it too. He got way wide. Way wide. That's a tough kick. Tough break, really, with how that ball ended up. I think he just hit it a little too hard.
Honestly, that's the best rack that Steve. I mean, he made some great shots, good decisions, right? I think he didn't get out of line really one time. He played everything he wanted to. He sent that 11 over like you suggested. Probably just like he wanted. He just got hung.
Yeah, it got unfortunate with how deep it ended up and everything. Really, you can't predict that, other than the speed that you choose, right?
Yeah, with that 3-ball combo, there's a lot going on to try and foresee. I think it's difficult.
And I mean that 2 ball is a big problem right now, right? Like you gotta shoot that 2 ball down table. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of room, but there's room to get above it to shoot it down. But it is the toughest ball on the table for sure, I think. And it got tricky now.
Yeah, it was always going to be kind of...
Unless he feels confident shooting his 5, drawn back above the 2 here. But you could get hooked behind the 8 with the wrong amount of draw.
That or you just play a stop shot with the 5 and...
Or safe.
And play a safety, right. Hook him with the 8. I don't like this safety. Cue ball can, and see the thing with that safety is you leave the kick no matter what, really.
This is just one rail here.
And he can hit this with speed.
Yep.
And come around for the 8 in the same pocket, or he can just kill it. He can kill it.
That's a shot.
And play the 8 ball. Well, then you're running into traffic here if you're playing it with speed.
I think that's a shot. He's come around the 8.
You catch the backside of the 2 ball, nothing good happens.
Perfect. Right like that.
That's a little less than perfect.
Oh, not perfect, but it's good enough to take the game. Well, the overhead looks a
I
little
don't know.
trickier.
Yeah. See, he's under that 8
Mm.
ball. I don't. It might cut in that top right pocket, but it's so thin.
Yeah, and you're sending the cue flying.
He might
so-
have to back bank this one in the top left. I think that's what you'll see him do. Play at pocket speed, hit it sweet.
Got it to go. That's another big rack by Steve tying things up. So, what
That's
a
a-
turn.
Yeah, that's a big 2-game swing. Huh? Well, really, it could have been a 3-game swing because we were looking at
Well, yeah, mentally for
Yeah.
Steve, if he's down 4-1, that's
huge,
Now it's
huge.
3-3. So, big swing.
Absolutely. And so Mike gotta really start to I think Mike would want to take his time at the table a little bit longer and make sure that he's making good decisions before he shoots the ball, right? Because even if you're committed to a pattern, I still think he's being a little bit quick with his decisions and not necessarily controlling the cue ball like he would like. So the best thing he can do is really try to focus on if it's a good decision and then focus on the stroke that is required to control that decision. I think he's letting it get away from him a little bit, right? And gets one to go, and it's going to be a decent split if he gets a starter, though, right? It looks like this 11 is a decent starter in the side if you like it. I don't think the 4 passes the 8 in the side, so you can't really start with solids here.
Yes, stripes look good minus 12 ball. Solids look better all around, but like you said, not a great starter ball.
I don't see a starter ball,
Yeah,
to
there's
be
not-
honest with you.
Not a good ball anywhere here.
The 11 in the side, which is tough, and you're letting the cue ball go.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Really, it looks like your cue ball wants to kind of miss that 13 or just clip it to come down here on the bottom end rail. It doesn't give you much options from there either.
I mean, there is a crazy shot here. 4 off the rail, off the 1. Very low percentage shot. Looks like that 15 might go by the 6.
Yeah, it does because he's shooting it. He hit it good.
Yep, that was a shot. Now the 12 ball is going to be really the only issue on the table.
Well, other than what he's got to shoot now, right? I don't think you can see that 10 ball. Or what is that, the 14?
Yeah,
it's
the
the 14.
14's kind of cut off, actually.
14 is cut off. He can't see it, so he's got to shoot the 11, right?
And that's no fun.
Unless you just kind of want to make the 1 ball and roll the cue ball down. I don't mind that either. But I think we'll see him play offense here. And it looks like he's playing a combo. Or a carom.
Yeah, off the 14 and down. Or combo.
He did play
Wow.
the combo.
No way.
I don't think it's going to make it there.
God, he hit it nice. A little more speed. That goes.
Yeah, and then he's got the 11 next.
That was a tough shot.
It was, and he tied up his 9-13 a little bit there in the process. So it was a workable rack, but again, you're kind of just creating more work for yourself. Not that there's not an out, but it's just you're making the out more difficult as you go, which is not what you want to do, right? You want to try to make the out easier as you go, which is why you see a lot of players. And look at this. This is really creative. Now what, though? Now you got it almost. I don't think that 1 ball goes, even if you play it off the 12.
It's fun to try it.
That wouldn't have been the worst safety in the world, though, there either, if you're trying to play behind the 1. Yeah, now he's kind of in a spot. Can you see enough of that 10 ball? All right. Yeah, see, I don't think that one went. It was always going to be tough. And again, just kind of creating some problems on the table. So I think we'll see a little bit of a chess match here in this rack. Tough run out either way. That's a beautiful shot there.
Nice. All right, so it looks like Steve is getting a little more back in the stroke here. I mean,
Starting to settle down a little bit,
yeah,
right?
started off really rough and kind of getting it back together here. Playing like the Steve of yesterweek.
Absolutely. So now,
Oh, this will be a tester here.
or you can back cut the 9. That's not that tough a shot. You're letting the cue ball go. I think he's hoping that he gets something on the 10 in the side here.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, it's still going to end up pretty good.
I almost like taking the 12 here. Slow rolling, 10 on the side, up to the 11. But I think he's going to, I don't.
What side are you playing the 10 in, though? The right side,
the
right?
Left.
From where he was, you can't get to the left side pocket. Your cue ball wants to run towards that 7 ball from where he was at, and it still kind of does, right?
Well,
Now he's got to slow roll it.
This is pretty much the same shot he almost had.
No, I don't think so. I think he had much more angle,
Oh,
and he
so-
tried so hard to hold that ball that he hit it thick, right? Really?
No, I would have went the 12, 10, 11. Or, I mean, because you could have just slow roll the 12. As long as you know how to do it, you can stop it or slow roll it and play the 10 on the side. You just really got to play that pocket speed shot.
Well, either way, he's going to give Mike a good chance to take his lead back. Right? You got the problem with the 2-6. The combo lays okay. You still got to hit it good, though. That's the thing. And come away with the shot. So that's the problem with this rack. 2-6 is a little tight, too, to feel real good about the combo, but he's gonna do it here.
Lil Kimmo 1. Team Audie Jepson in the house. What's going on?
That's as good as you could have hoped for right there. Do we see Steve take this jump shot?
Well, Mike's at the table right now, I think. Is it? Or Steve?
It's Steve.
Steve's at the table? Okay.
Mike just
Yeah.
missed the combo, but ended up real nice on this safety leave, right?
I mean, you got plenty of room to jump. It's just not a very. It's a long jump.
I think you have to. I think it's the best shot. The kick shot's hard to make, but if you jump it and get over the 4, you got a decent chance of making the 12. And good shape for the you're straight enough where you're kind of keeping the cue ball down where you're making this 12 and should get a look at the 10 at least, right? You're kind of trickling over towards that 7 ball from what I see. But it looks like you should get that 10 either in that left side or in top right.
Yeah,
I
if
think you got to hit the jump shot here.
Yeah, if you got a jump cue and you're proficient and you jump here.
He's got one. He's definitely got one. Good chance to get out if this goes. Gonna play the dart, and this looks like he's way offline. It don't even look like he's aimed at that ball.
It's gonna be ball in hand for Mike. I think I'm gonna start with that 2 ball. I just don't like where it's sitting. Everything else is wide open after that. Maybe play the 7 next. Well, don't like saving the 7 for last, but
Well, you got to think.
uh,
It really, if you get decent on the 7, there's not a lot of angles that will cut you off from the 8. You're just not necessarily guaranteed a close shot.
yeah, I always like as a money ball,
Yeah.
kind of somewhere in the area of the
Yep.
8.
Yep.
But if I got to go table to table, so be it.
This is okay. Actually, he's kind of running into a scratch angle here.
I think what he's really got to avoid is hitting that.
Hit or running
12.
into the 12, right?
Yeah. And there it is, running the 12.
He caught the good side of it.
Yeah, left it. I mean, definitely made some work out of it.
Exactly. This is not guaranteed. And you miss this one, you sell out as well. Really wants this one to go.
Oh, break pot going. Break pot.
Here we go.
Oh, no. That's a big miss right there.
Yeah, yeah. See, the tide is starting to turn a little bit, I think. You just float this 12 in, got the 10 the side, and then 8 ball's hanging. So you get this 12 to go, you feel like you got this one back, and you're up after being down 3-1.
Yeah, this is for the. Well, he started off 1-0, but this would put him back in the lead for the first time.
Right, that's 2-3 game swings in a row.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, so Steve won the first game, then it was all Mike, and then it's been all Steve.
Yep.
So a little bit of change in momentum here. I think that was the biggest game when it was 3-1. I was like, if Steve wins this one, he's got a chance.
And he had a perfect
Yeah.
chance with that 11 ball hanging,
Yeah.
right? To make it 4-1.
I think you need more DeWalt batteries.
Oh my God, who is that? Did you hear anything?
We got a close match here. Holy cow.
I thought I heard somebody on the mic for a second.
Chris G. The perfect tangent line guy.
Yeah, so
Oh, come on. You know you can hear me. All right, I'm going.
We're just playing, Chris.
Have fun, guys.
Hey, get on that camera on that phone mic, or on that phone camera.
No, he almost broke my coffee mug.
It's okay. It's a little one anyway.
Okay, where's your mug at?
My mug. All right, Steve really hit his last brig really well. I think he had the speed down, and he made like 2 or 3 balls at least last time. So he's got his spot down. I think it all comes down to the speed. His first 2 were really light. See, that's light. That's light. That's not enough power. That one that he hit really nice was stronger than that. Now he got one to go. And the split looks pretty beneficial as well, right? It looks like he's got a good 11-15 starter here, and the rest of the stripes look really nice. Or you can start with the 2, and the solids look pretty good too, because his 7 will go by the 14. So actually he's got really pretty open decision here. 2 ball's pretty tough, though.
John Willicat, Mark West, table 11.
I think you'll see him take the combo. Oh, he can see enough of the 13 in the side. You got to take the stripes.
And 12, yeah, everything has a home here for stripes. The 11 could prove a little awkward, but I mean, getting on the 12, the right angle there.
Depending on
Yeah.
when you want to take it in the rack, right? Because you can even play the 12-14 combo if you want. If you hit it nice and light and don't let the 12 get too far from that pocket. Well, now I think he's got to play the 10.
He's got the 9 too.
That 14 doesn't look necessarily cuttable. It looks a little close to that back rail.
I think you cut that in. If he plays a 9, and it's obviously offers angle, but where does he go is going to be the. I mean, you got to really navigate through some traffic there.
Correct.
You know, it's going to be a little tricky. So maybe the 10 and rolling forward to the 14 is probably a little better, because then you could go 14 to the 9. That 12 is going to be a little tricky, though. Yeah, I think you try to roll forward here. Just don't get locked behind this 5. Yep, that was the play. But you got to make the shot.
Right. Yeah, I think I like that pattern.
Yeah, either way, I mean, he goes 14 to the 9, but once you get to the 9, I mean, you're really in trouble after that. I mean, it's not easy. Once you shoot the 9, where are you going to? Tough rack.
So you hit that good. That was a big shot, too. Pretty easy to possibly sell out if that one doesn't go off of a kind of a tied up rack with the 10-1.
Yeah, he's got a nice shot on the 4 here.
I don't like the 4 because you might make the 8.
If you hit it hard enough, yeah. Just slow roll this in. Yeah, you got to be careful with the.
Yeah, we'll see his speed. Or possibly draw behind it. Yeah, so you draw around it. And opens up the. Wow, what a shot.
See.
Now you still got the 1 ball to worry about, but you opened up the 3-7 real nice right there.
Yeah, but the 5 ball, that's kind of his bust out ball. It's going to be gone after this shot.
You got to remember that 1 ball's bankable if he wants to bank it. Now he doesn't see the 3 or the 7. This is no good. Tough roll, right? He just overrolled it a little bit for the 3.
And still got that 1 ball kind of playing a little protection for him.
No doubt, which is
Mhm.
why you don't really like to move the 1 if you don't have to, but it's really his only shot here. I feel like I'm just trying to slow roll into the 1 and keep him tied up.
I just kick it this 3 ball. If it goes in, maybe you're still shooting.
I really like that option too.
Yeah, I mean, you make it, you could possibly get a shot on the 7.
Or bank on the 1 right there, right? Yeah, see, this is a good decision.
No way he called in the side.
No, well, he's still shooting, so he sure did.
Oh my God. Wow. I mean, who calls that in the side? That's a tough shot right there.
Yeah, and this is treacherous as well. But he leaves a 7 in a good spot. And you got that 10 ball tied up, so
Let's take a look at that kick on the 3 ball. When I said call it, I was like, call it down in the corner, and if it goes, it goes.
right.
He called this in the side pocket. What a call that was. I like it. But yeah, I got unfortunate. No reward.
Man, I almost just like trying to shoot the 11 and slow roll it. Kind of miss it on purpose and hang it. See, I don't like this. This 1 ball can get out here. Oh, definitely got out. Definitely got out.
Yeah, and this bank shot requires a little bit of knowledge if you want to make it.
Well, can you play straight top on the 1? It might be a scratch. If it's not a
Oh,
scratch,
yeah.
see what I'm saying? If it's not a
Yeah,
scratch,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
roll forward and play the 7 next.
Yeah. Okay, I thought he was kind of hooked on the 1. Or played in the side.
And the side, see, even better.
I didn't even know he had that much of a ball.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Now he's got this 8 ball in the same side as the 1,
Yep.
or down in the corner if he doesn't want to slow roll this. Yeah, perfect. Tie ball game, folks, if I had to call it. Ooh, I almost felt like I was going to get him right there.
I was like, Kyle, you didn't do it again, did you? The jinx, man.
Mike, I owe you a drink, bud. Thank you.
Gene Rasmussen, Connie Lossinger. Table 2.
Tie ball game, folks. We got a good one. It really looked like Mike was starting to run away with it at 3-1 with the 11 hanging there, and just doesn't find the right way to get out, and really he'll kind of let Steve back in at that point. And so now we got a match.
Does the back of Mike's shirt say, cash for junk cars? Call that number. There you go. So if you got some scrap cars, give that number a call. What am I doing here? There we go. There's our brake cam.
All right, so he gets that 5 to go in the top corner. Actually, this is good looking. Both these guys are actually breaking pretty well when they get one to go, right? The racks are splitting pretty nice today.
Oh, there's that bad transition again.
Yeah, I wonder why that's happening. It has nothing to do with you.
Bad producer. Fire him. Get him out of the chair.
We could switch.
Oh yeah, Randy. This would be 3 weeks in a row if it goes hill, I guess, for
For the
Jesters.
Jesters, yep. And obviously we're looking like that. Now he's got the problem with the 2 ball, so getting shape on that 2 ball is a little tricky. Almost got it.
What's he doing here?
He's banking the 7 straight back. Short.
Yeah, need a little more right on the cue ball there to get that ball spinning left to open it up more.
Yeah, tough shot because the 12 looked like it was kind of blocking a real natural bank.
Yep.
Where, like, you hit it good and it still might slide in, but you clip the 12.
Well, and the 8 was kind of cutting off some of the way you wanted to hit the ball. So
Absolutely. A little poke stroke there doesn't get much out of the cue ball. That was definitely a poke stroke. So he's going to be in a tough spot here. He's got the 13 or the 9-14.
yeah, 9-14 is no easy combo.
He's going to play the 13. Side pocket scratch.
Oh, that's a nice
And
shot.
He hit it sweet. That was a beautiful stroke. Now your window for your 15 is a little cut off, right? You probably want to get that quicker than not.
Yeah, I think you can get on it right now. You just draw back on this 9 a little bit, and you'll have a cut on the 15, and you can come around between the 4-7 or through the 4-7.
Right. Or you can roll the 11 in to get to the 15 as well with your 14 hanging.
You could roll forward here. You're going to get close to your work, or that.
No, see, what I was saying is roll forward on the 11. Make the 11 there and then play the 15.
Yeah, I like trying, like you said, get on the 15 as early as you can, and I think that's what he was trying to do.
Right.
I didn't like
The only thing is that if that 9 doesn't offer the angle, that's being too aggressive, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why you don't roll forward. Because
forcing it.
You're
also forcing that shot on the draw shot because it's more missable at that point.
Yeah, but if you draw, you either on the 15 or you got 3 other options on the table. You know,
Correct.
yeah.
The only thing with that is that your percentage of making that shot with draw is much lower.
Yeah, but it's still a high percentage of making it.
Well,
Yeah. I mean,
it depends, right? Now that's probably why he didn't draw it, because he
Mhm.
didn't necessarily feel comfortable with it. Because I agree with you, the draw shot would have got you more options, but
yeah.
as far as the ball being makeable is cutting your chances down quite a bit when you have to draw that ball.
Yeah, he tried to stop it there and unfortunately pulled it back a little. You know,
Did he get to this 7 ball that he's not even looking at yet? I don't
he's
think so.
cut off on
No,
both
I
of
think he
them.
can see it. I think he can see it. I'm looking down the barrel. It looks like there's enough. Now, this is tricky because you got to slow roll it, so you got to hit it good. But you make this ball, you should be out.
As long as yep, it's makeable.
Slow roll it. You should be out.
Interesting play there.
50-yard line. Playing this to the top left. Catches it thick, and that's going to give a big chance here to Steve, right? Wow, that was a big miss. I think that was a miscalculation on the 4 ball.
Yeah, shaking his head a little there. Was not happy.
I'll tell you what, that was probably Steve's best looking stroke that he's hit today.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, I tried to transition to that camera you got, and it was like just frozen.
Oh, yeah, I don't have it up. Let me go put it up
Oh, okay.
because I was doing the math for the tournament. We have 34 players today. Unbelievable turnout
Nice.
for a weekly.
Yeah, solid. Solid.
Oh, he's gonna leave
Whoa,
this
that's got to go.
You left it long.
This is tough to hold for the 8 ball.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, this is like one of those shots where you could just get really close to your work. You know, you got to force this. And if you're putting a lot of right, it makes it very missable. A lot of left, and you're kind of losing control of the cue. I mean, yeah, it's just a really weird,
Oh,
awkward
but look
shot.
at this. Look at this.
Yeah, you might have got away with one there.
Now you got to cross bank this 8. The cross bank goes there. I don't think there's a double kiss. You got to worry about the scratch in the bottom left, so you might have to put some stuff on the cue ball as well. So he might have got away with that miss.
Possible double kiss. I think you got to bank this in the bottom left.
I think he agrees with you.
Oh, or cut
He
it
went for the
down.
cut.
Wow, that was a tough one to cut down.
All 3 options were tough. Cross side was tough. Cross corner was tough. Now you leave a stop shot here. Yeah, that's a tough sellout. Yeah, and if I have to say something, I think Steve is really starting to settle in with the chances he's getting. Normally, he doesn't get these chances back at the table when he makes the mistakes that he has so far. And I think he's starting to really relax too, which is really going to be tough for Mike because his stroke starts settling in, and Steve's tough to beat at a 500 level, right? 500 top level. So you don't want to let this guy get into a rhythm.
Trying to get our mobile view up here.
There it is.
That's our mobile view. Got our pool hall. This is our weekly 8-ball tournament. A little over 30 players, 34 players, Chris said. Families here. People enjoying some food, some good pool. Kyle stepping out for a minute. You almost tripped out of the booth there. All right. All right. Steve trying to get to the hill. Pretty dangerous if he gets to the hill first. Let's see. Almost kind of a dead break there. Not the best of splits we've seen. That was weird. Just heard a little magnetic vibrations in the mic. I don't know if you guys are picking that up at home. Don't know what happened there. All right, open table here for Mike. Looks like he likes the solids, and I agree with him. They look pretty open. Don't really see... Hey, Kyle, check that wire or something. I don't know. I'm getting like a... Oh, maybe it was just... I think it was just the headphones hanging is what it was. I was getting like this vibration. That. Did you hear it? Oh, there it is.
I yanked her out.
All right. Kyle rearranging our equipment here in the booth. Oh, no. That was a big miss. The solids were really open for him. And he probably could have ran that table, barring he made that shot. It was a runnable table, and now stripes look pretty good. It's just, can at 13, I think it goes.
It goes,
You
it
know,
goes.
Start with that, and then it's kind of...
The 11-12 isn't quite lined up, but you got enough space to make that combo if you need to.
Yep. I mean, he could try to nudge it if he wants. 15 is kind of alone and unafraid down there. I always worry about those balls when this, like everything's up top and you got one ball down on the rail.
Yeah, it's pretty accessible, though. Pretty close to the pocket, right?
Might think about this combo now. He's looking at it. Because you rather miss it. If you're going to miss it at any point, miss it with balls on the table.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
block off that, too.
You don't ever want to like run down as this is like your last shot.
And there you go. You block the 2.
Exactly. So you miss it now. You got balls in the way for your opponent. You're always better off missing that shot early rather than at the end.
All right. Still pretty open table here. He's obviously... Now that 2 is going to squeak by the 12 if you want to play it off the rail into the 12.
Yeah, I mean, even to open up, solids were wide open, and they're still kind of that way.
Right. I like the 3, 1, 7, and then 2 off of the 12 to the 8.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
3-1-7. See, I don't know why do you go up? Oh, maybe the 2 goes by the 9, Maybe that's why he did that.
If it does, that's a great shot.
Yeah.
And it must. He's down on it. Tight pocket, though, right?
It goes.
He hit it sweet.
Perfect. Yeah, that.
Replay that one. Look how close that 2 ball gets to that 9. He hit it sweet. Now he's got a decision, but look at how close that 2 ball gets. That's how you know he hit it pretty good. But
Yeah, so he's. I mean,
tough to avoid the scratch here.
well, it's tough. He's kind of got to draw at almost 2 rails here because if you float forward,
And it's scratching.
yeah, it's just kind of a little weird. Went all the way down.
No, that's what I was saying. Yeah, scratching. Okay, I don't see any problems for the solids. I almost like starting with the 13 now.
Does that 10 go past? I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't. That's why I said I like starting with the 13 is still there right now.
Yeah, I agree. 13 is probably the ball to take. Because, like, it could get. I mean, that one's like a beach ball right now.
Mm-hmm. For both the 10 and the 13, which the 10 doesn't even go. So, like,
Yep, see, there it
he's
is.
got to get good on this 13.
not
He
gonna-
got there, I
Think so? Yeah, he's there.
If he well, and he's still got the 15 down table.
I didn't even see the 15 down there. I
So
forgot
this is
about that
okay.
one. Like that little guy? I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
So now we'll just float this in.
Yeah, just send the 10 over here a little bit. It's gonna
Hopefully the cue ball and the 10 ball don't end up on top of each other here.
10's going to go to the top rail. And got a little fortunate bounce almost.
I don't know how fortunate it was. I think he hit it a little hard.
Well, fortunate that he's got kind of a bank shot here.
Oh,
Otherwise-
definitely a bank shot, but it's a sellout bank, right?
Yeah, he misses it. You're done. Very makeable shot here, though.
Not necessarily getting good on this 8 ball either. He hung it, which is about as beneficial as you can get.
There's one risky safety, and there's a sellout shot on the 1.
I think you go. I think you got to go and just cut the 1 in. Cue ball wants to come towards the 7 anyway. Make the 1 run into the 7 with a shot here.
Cutting.
Just a touch of outside, I think.
Oh, he's going to leave it. Nope. He's going to leave it pretty good for Steve.
Yeah, and there's no scratch. Yep.
This is to get Steve on the hill here. Means Mike would have to win 3 in a row to dethrone the champ. And he's won 3 in a row earlier. He's got to do it again.
Right. And Steve's, like I said, I think that last game is when Steve started to feel good. I saw him put 1 good stroke on his opening run in the last rack. Now he didn't get out on that stroke, but he won the game.
Yeah, he struggled in the first 4 racks of this match. First 4 racks, he struggled. That 5th rack started catching the gear a little bit, and then after that, it was kind of back to the Stevie yesterweek.
Absolutely, and that 8 ball kind of solidifies it. That was a missable 8 ball. I think he misses that in the second rack.
Oh
but
yeah, in the first 4 racks, I think
Yeah.
you're right. He probably misses that shot, the way he was shooting.
Now he's cleaned it up.
Yep, and that happened. That's every player, right? You could go like Steve. He shoots 500 level probably some days, and then some days you can come anybody and just shoot
430.
Yeah, or like me, shoot at a 200.
Yeah.
I've had you have it.
Yep, it's there.
Yep.
And the best players understand that and know how to get in and out of it, all right? When they catch themselves.
That's a good skill to have. Like when you're down in a rut, especially mentally,
Yes.
and you're able to get back out of it. You'll see some players that you see them in a mental rut, and they will find their way out. But it's like Keanu Reeves says in that movie, The Replacements. It's quicksand. You get in that quicksand. No matter what you do, nothing seems to go right, and you just keep falling deeper and deeper into a hole.
Digging.
And you can't dig yourself out. You get in that quicksand mentality mentally, and you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, and this is going to be a tough run now with where that 4 ended up. Going to be tough.
Yeah, it's do or die here for Mike.
Yeah, see, now it's just not getting any easier. Got to get that 4 out. You might play the 2-6 trying to do that, but you got to put a lot of outside. Make sure you get into that 4 ball. Yeah, I don't think you'll run into it. Putting straight top.
Solid still controlling the table, though, here.
Absolutely.
And unless Steve can figure out a way. I mean, honestly, like starting with this 9 and just rearranging as much as you can,
I agree.
you know?
I definitely agree.
Like, I never like smashing balls, but like every now and then there's a time where you need to kind of just move everything.
Unless you feel like you taking that 6 ball out with the 10 is the right move. Which you sell the 2 out to the other corner, I think.
Yeah, that's actually a good play. Because he could find a way to behind.
Okay, so he did that there. That was a real effective shot, actually.
That was a really good shot. That actually semi gives him some control of the table here.
Oh, absolutely. Now the 5 ball is tough. Now the 2 ball is tough,
Yeah.
right? The 1 ball is the only open ball for solids.
Yeah, he's got to figure out the 14 and move the 8.
And you're still running the balls here as stripes. Now, do you have an opportunity to go into that 8 ball right now and split the 12-9, opening your whole rack?
What's the shot, though?
Off the 13 into the 8. You get the 10 ball as your insurance ball, splitting the 12-9.
12-9. I don't know.
You play the 13 in the top left. Cue ball comes off the end rail into the 8, splitting the 12-9, and you have the 10 ball.
Hold on. Right here, you're saying kick for the 13?
No, do you have a cut at the 13?
Here? No way.
The 5 ball cuts you off?
Yeah, there's no way. Otherwise, he would have shot that. That's what I was saying. I'm like, how are you playing the 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was cut off there.
Well, he left it good, right? This is real aggressive, banking the 5 on the side.
Funny rack here towards the end. This is getting a little weird for both stripes and solids now.
I don't think either of these. I don't think he has a stripe to make here unless he wants to get real finicky and try to squeeze the 14 off the 12 between the 13 and the rail.
I like 14-13 combo too, maybe.
Or 14-13 carom. But
Yeah.
see, that's what he tried to do off the 12.
Yeah.
He just caught or it was the 10 ball, but off the 10, caught the 10 a little thick. Still controlling that pocket, but with the 4 where it is, you feel like he might have a chance to get shape on the 2 in the same pocket as the 4.
I almost like aggressive shot, but carry him off the 2 into the 4.
Or draw off the 1 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, see this one can hurt because now the 12 goes in the side. I think you might have to play the 10-14 combo, playing shape for the 12 in the side. But it looks like he's playing at the 14 here. Could come off the 13, weird. Definitely did.
Oh, and
And he's
scratch.
going to scratch.
Yeah. Think you got to bump this 8 out right now. Start with the 2, bump the 8, and you got the 1 or the 4 to work with after, depending on which way you go here.
I agree. I definitely agree. You got the 1 ball hanging, the 4 ball hanging. This is a good opportunity to get everything open. The 5 balls figuratively hanging.
Oh, no. Missing with ball in hand at this stage in the game is devastating. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, now if you're Steve, you're just going to leave that 210 until Mike gets back to the table. I don't necessarily really like any kind of run here.
This game here is a chess match, right? I mean, it's pretty tough to figure out an out right now for stripes. So the way I think about it, if you can't figure a way out and you don't see an out for your opponent, just take their pawns off the board because they have less control. So if he plays a 13-1, his opponent's going to have a rough time getting out. And then you just start controlling
The only reason I don't really like that is because the 4-ball, it's fairly good to get the 2 out.
Yeah, with the right angle, it does.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if you're playing the 13-1, you're giving that angle away. You are. It's doable at that point, right?
Doesn't hurt.
It's not going to hurt too bad. But again, he gives an angle away off this 4 to get the 2 out.
Yeah, it does come straight across. And, that's
And you always got the 1 ball hanging as insurance. You got to feel like you can kick that 1 ball in from about 95% of the table.
Got it. Oh, he missed a shot.
He missed a shot, and he didn't get the 2 out either.
Yep.
Luckily, he didn't get the 2 out, I'll say.
Yeah, it's kind of a safety net for him right now.
Absolutely. But look at these balls sitting in the side, right? Those are good breakout balls with the 13 and the 12. You have opportunity to get good on either of those balls in that side pocket and get a breakout shot.
Yeah, he can get on that 12 right now with the angle to bust every. Oh, not now.
Yeah, and I don't mind that because now you got to feel like he's taking the 1.
Yep, taking away his insurance ball here.
Correct. And, yeah, forcing him to get good on the 4.
He might think about not even taking it, just doing something with the 5.
Bank the 5 away.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. But that takes so much discipline.
It does.
You know, you're sitting on the ball. You can also make the 4. It's just like the discipline in order to realize that. And see, and exactly, you come out with a good angle on the 4 as well. This is a good angle to come into the 2.
Yeah, it's got to draw it here, though.
It's got a good,
come off that rail.
It's got to put a good stroke on it, but you can't fault him for taking that risk and getting this opportunity, right?
No, not at all.
Especially with the score line where it's at, you got to feel like you got to make something happen a little bit.
Yeah, and also when your opponent's on the hill, that's about as good as you could hit that shot.
It pretty good.
Yeah, he hit it right. But yeah, when you're down, your opponent's on the hill, you got to go more aggressive, right?
Depending on the table layout, I think. I think it's a little bit of a give-up stroke to go too aggressive sometimes.
All right, let's see what he
But
can...
you also are very right. You have to make something happen.
Is he going to try to, throw this in?
No. It doesn't go.
I didn't think it went.
No, and he opened it up. Yeah, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt bad.
Yeah.
13-9, 12-10-8.
I mean, you know that doesn't go, so you're almost better off just giving up ball in hand and letting your opponent try to bust that up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is for the match. Now he didn't get good on the 9, so he'll take the 12. But I think your move is still the 9 to the 10. Yep, this is perfect. This is great. A little straight, but you should be able to manage the correct angle to the 10. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Could get a little funny here. Could. Oh, he's playing for the side pocket. Oh. Now, did you see a smile? He just had a smile like, hey, I get to go back to the table. And he's actually, you got to really think here.
You just got to make this ball, I think. What else can you do? Unless you want to clip the outside of the 2 and play a safety. But you got to cut. This isn't thin enough.
Oh, well, that's about as good as you can do in that situation right there.
Right. He almost made the ball, to be fair.
He did. He kind of played it 2 ways, 3 ways, really. He made his opponent's ball, taking the pawn off the table. He almost made his ball, and he got the cue ball to the right end of the table to leave his opponent a tough shot.
Yeah, I mean, you're all correct. You know, you're trying to make the 2, so you're not really thinking about the cue ball too much because you have to take the shot if that 2 ball goes.
Oh,
Overcut
wow.
it.
What a back cut that would have been.
Okay, so I think this should keep Mike in the match. Don't worry about your cue ball here. See how he hit it thick? He hit it thick because he's trying to hold the cue ball. Doesn't want the cue ball to run. If you hit that center pocket, you end up at about center table.
Yep.
Which makes your 8 ball very much thinner than you would like. But again, it goes back to when he missed the 11 ball. You got to have some confidence in making that center table cut, right? If you have confidence in that one, then you know you're not going to miss the 2. Is my only point.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel like you cheat the 2 to get shape on the 8.
I really like that shot that Mike played where he cut his 2 over, made his opponent's ball, and got the ball all the way to, I mean, he did 3 things on that shot that all needed to happen to give him, even if he missed another shot at the table.
Right.
So that was a really key shot, you know, kind of keep him in this match. And he got a little fortunate that, you know, Steve missed. You know,
Right. That's
big
the only
miss.
reason. That's the only reason I didn't like that. As far as playing like a 2-way, I think he just kind of got fortunate there more than anything because realistically he did give up the match. He gave up the match to Steve and Steve missed it. So
Well, let's see if Mike can make it hill here.
yeah, this is a big break right here. He needs something to go and looking like that
Stripe.
12's gonna go.
Stripe, solid,
And he gets
and
solid.
stripe. Got them both.
So it looks like you got to play stripes here. Stripes are wide open, and you start with the 614, I think.
I think I'm going to agree with you.
I mean, you can start with the 11, right, and then get to the 14, but I
No.
just think the 614 lays good.
Yeah, because then you get shape on the 11. You know, that's the shot to bring you up to the rest of the rack. That's the right choice. Just kind of slow roll this in. No speed. Just pocket speed here. Just tap it in. Hit a little too
That's
hard.
a little much.
Yep. But
Comes
he's got
out pretty good,
yeah,
though.
he's got a shot. 8 it got a little funny, but it's okay. It's just cut off on the right side.
Yeah, you got it. You got the 15. That's a good ball. The 10 ball is a good ball, which I think he'll take the 10 out. You can take the 13 right now if you want, but I think we'll see him take the 10 or the 9.
I really don't like where the 15's at.
Yeah, but it's a good out ball, right? Because you're using the 3 as a stopper.
Yeah, barring you can get on the
On the outside of it, right? Everything else is on the other side of the 15, so there's nothing
yeah, there's just a small window on the 15 to get to
necessarily too easy. You're going to take the 9. He might run into this 15 right here.
that's
No.
what I was,
Okay. Decisions. I think he's got enough of that 15 to make it where the 10 goes.
I think he got the 15 in the bottom left corner right now is the shot.
Yeah, I don't know how high percentage that is, though.
Yeah, but it's your best opportunity to get out, I think. Anything else is just, or in the side, jeez. I mean, I like going all the way down, but I think that, you know, the 15, you don't play it now, it's just, it makes it really tough to get out either way. So you either make it, it's tough, maybe you get out, or you play the other way and it's still tough.
He's just going to take the 10 off the table. You got to be careful with your cue ball here.
Okay, I don't.
real easy to sell out that 13.
I don't know if I like
And
that.
I think the 15 goes. If it doesn't go, if it does go, I should say, if that ball does go, Steve made a big mistake there because give a lot of options with that 15 being able to go.
So let's say it does go.
Yeah.
You know,
You just draw.
he's got it's a really tough shot because he's got a half a pocket and he's going forward. It looks like wow, but yeah, he's going to nowhere. So I think Steve maybe played the right shot because it was so hard to get from that to the 13 no matter what.
Yeah, if your cue ball is going that way, though, the correct shot is to draw it.
Yeah. Oh, he's got fortunate. Didn't move the 7. Because that at least makes it a little tough for solids. You know,
Yeah.
not too tough, but
That 7 should go in the top left.
does. Yeah. All right, Steve again with a opportunity to take the match here. Everything in the open. I really like getting on that 7 as early as possible. You know, 3 to that 7 is going to be right here probably.
Yeah, he agrees with you.
Unless you could save it for the very end, right?
Yeah,
Three-
I
three
don't
and
mind
7?
it.
Yeah. But I just like getting rid of it.
You at least cut
early.
off, one big
Yeah.
pocket for the 8 by saving it.
Well, yeah, the reason I like it is because now, yeah, you got 2 pockets for the 8 versus 1.
Again, yeah, and that's one of those things where it's about how confident you are in the run, right? If you're not confident in the run, you're not taking that 3 and the 7 early. If you are confident, you do
Here's the stroke
take
test.
it early.
He's got to get to the 4 or the 2 here.
Yep, just make it.
Okay, he's got the 4.
Back and forth for the
Yeah.
2. This is very, very good.
If he can
position.
If he can get close to the 2 ball here, it's going to help him out.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave yourself
Should
long.
be able to get close to the 2.
Yeah, just follow. Good speed there.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, I would have liked a little more there. Yeah, so this is a tester, you know. Yeah, you gotta hold your nerve here. Uh-oh. That's going to be trouble.
That's okay.
That's going to be trouble. That is definitely trouble.
Oh, I think you're right. I think he's got to bank this one.
Miss a player cam on Mike's reaction
Oh,
there. but
wow.
Is he kicking?
He's kicking.
Remember the first 2 weeks? I think he won with kick shots. His
Yeah,
first 2 weeks.
right?
Yeah. See if he can make a third week. That'd be crazy.
This is going to end up okay.
No way.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Oh, I missed the reaction. Oh
At
man.
least get the replay on that one because that's quite the roll there. Ooh, yeah, that's got to hurt. That's got to hurt. Wow. That's got to hurt.
Now you gotta hit this baller. It's match. It's match. Now you're talking miracles here.
Yeah, I think we can chalk this one up. Put a fork in it.
All right, folks.
There it is, 7-5. It was a good match.
7 weeks in a row for Steve now.
That was a good battle. He
Yeah.
really had to battle back to get into that one.
Started off a little slow, but we will be back up and running at 4:30 with our night's match. So stick around, and we'll see you all in about 30 minutes.
Thank you.